Jackie Joe Manmalo, 78 minutes of jokes on CD or cassette. It's $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING this Thursday night, May 25th at Roscoe's by the Shore in Ocean Township, New Jersey. Filthy Jokes and Jokeland's internet address. Call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. Good for you, Jackie. Sounds like you got a lot going on. And Paramus yesterday, Robin, did we see a lot of fans?
Yes, we did. Had a good time. And I was early.
Good for you. Well, is that the last book appearance, or will there be others?
No, there are more. I'm going to Cleveland in June.
Yes.
3rd, I'll be in Cleveland.
And where else will you be?
And the others are still to be scheduled, but I'm going to Dallas and Chicago.
Oh, you are?
Maybe Miami and Orlando.
Now, when will you do these? Primarily on weekends because of your busy schedule during the week?
No, I think I'll take a week off after what was said to me earlier.
Well, which thing are you exactly referring to that you're taking a week off because of?
That I'm a horrible human being and I don't allow women on the show.
You didn't say you were a horrible human being.
Well, you might as well say it if you're saying I don't allow women on this show.
I didn't say you don't allow it. I said you wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it.
Yeah, right.
You like to be my girl.
Yeah.
You daddy's girl.
Oh, daddy.
You know, Robin, it is not uncommon, by the way. Our next guest is someone who slept with...
It's not uncommon?
It is not uncommon to sleep with your mother because...
Have you done it?
Oh, sure. My mother's really foxy. She's the Pamela Anderson of Long Island.
A bad girl.
Well...
Has anybody else in the room done it?
Jackie? Did you sleep with Mommy?
I plead the fifth.
Even OJ won't.
Thank you. Yeah, OJ. According to a book, and I swear to you I don't know the name of this because Baba Booey gave me the book, and of course Baba Booey doesn't know the name of the book.
Well, it doesn't have a cover on it?
No. He has like some pages that somebody sent him, and he lost the cover of the book.
Oh.
But it's a book about adoption.
Yeah.
And it says many times, when a guy meets his biological mother, he has a sexual attraction because now, according to the psychologist, you want to get back inside the womb. So the only way to get back inside the womb is with your weenie.
Oh, stop it.
That's the psychological
thing.
That's what it says right here in this book. Let's meet the man who slept with his mother, Mr. X.
I will say, though, that I met someone who had been separated from his mother early in life and then was reunited with her as a teenager, preteen.
Yes.
And he and his mother slept in the same bed.
Is that right?
And he acknowledged having those urges.
Mr. X, may I call you Mr. X? Sure. There he is, Mr. X. I wanted to put him on the E! Show, but he said, no, I don't want my face on TV. I said I could black it out.
Imagine?
But I said I could black it out.
Yes, you could have a blue dot over your face.
But he said, I don't even want that. He said they'll be able to recognize me through the blue dot. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be nervous, you sexual dynamo.
I can't believe he's smiling. He's happy. He's proud of it.
Well, let's go back now. I assume that when you were an infant, are you nervous or anything?
A little bit.
Because I see sweat dripping out through your T-shirt. Look at that.
It's warm out there. It's nice and cold.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, good. All right, now relax. Take a deep breath. Fan of the show?
Yes.
So you know we're all your friends.
Yes.
You knew that when you had this sexual experience, you had to come to Howard, right?
Uh-huh.
Of course.
How long ago did this happen?
How long ago did this happen?
It hasn't happened for a few years. I'd say it started about 6-7 years ago and went on for 2-3 years off.
Oh, good.
Wow.
This is a good story.
Well, it went on. Yeah, this wasn't a one-time thing.
Jackie?
I didn't know. I'm sorry. I was shocked.
All right. Let's go back now. I assume that when you were an infant, your mother gave you away.
Yes.
Were you at-birth adoption?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
About a month after I was born, I was adopted by a family. I was raised kind of normal.
Hey, get close to that microphone. I don't want to miss a word of this.
I was raised normal, and...
when you say normal, you had a mom and a dad, and did you have brothers and sisters and stuff?
Got in trouble, no serious trouble, just...
Did you know you were adopted?
Yes, all the time, and my parents always told me that if I was ever interested in meeting my parents...
Take me back. Hold it. We're jumping ahead. We're going a little too fast in the story. Let me slow you down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you were adopted, and at a young age, your parents tell you you're adopted. The issue of your adoption was no big deal. Is that correct?
No.
You never felt funny about it? Did your parents have biological brothers and sisters?
I had one younger sister who was biological.
I see. So after they adopted you, they thought they couldn't have children when they adopted you. And then suddenly, for some reason, this happens a lot, people relaxed, and they were able to have your sister.
That's right.
And did you ever feel That your parents loved your sister a little bit more than you? Now, remember, nobody knows who you are, so...
Sure, that's normal feeling.
Of course.
But no, I always understood on some level that wasn't the case.
But did you notice that they gave her a little bit more attention?
Actually, they probably gave me more attention.
Because they were trying to compensate?
No, because I was obnoxious at times.
I see. You demanded the attention.
Sure.
And did you feel your sister looked like them and you didn't? Were there any of those feelings?
No, actually, I look a little like my adopted mother.
I see. And isn't it true that your family made you sleep outside and that
your theory is going awry.
Yeah, right. No, believe me.
He felt okay.
He says that here. He's nervous, that's why. But my theories are always right, Robin. All right, so you grow up as a young man, and I guess you were curious all along, who are my real parents? And
when did it happen that you started to wonder?
All my life I wondered. Although I had a good family and they loved me and I loved them and I felt comfortable with them, they never seemed to understand me.
I see. So in the back of your mind, no matter how hard they tried, here my theory is coming true.
Uh-oh, here we go.
No matter how hard they try, you knew that they did not understand you.
Oh, yeah.
And you felt that perhaps your biological mother would understand you better.
Not necessarily. I was just curious to see how screwed up my biological mother could be with a child like myself.
I see. Were you a troublemaker?
Not serious troublemaker. I was always mischievous, but never got into...
And you felt that perhaps your mother had been mischievous or something, that there was something in your genetics.
Yeah, I just never felt understood.
Face it, you were horny, and you figured, hey, maybe I'll meet a hot chick.
Your mom might be an easy touch.
See, you probably said, hey, I'm not a bad-looking guy. Maybe my mom's hot, too.
Yeah, they say if only your mother can love you, so...
Right, yeah, and then she did.
And she sure did.
All right, so as you're growing up, you're curious about your natural mother, but what about your adopted mother? Was she a hot piece of ass?
No.
No, she's not.
And you never were sexually attracted to her?
No, right. Not to her, not to my father.
And what about your uncle? You ever get it on with him or anyone like that? No. Okay.
Your sister?
I had a few cute cousins.
Right. Okay, so, and your sister, obviously, you didn't?
No.
Okay, so you're growing up, and at what point do you say, I want to go meet my biological mother? When did this happen?
Always in the back of my mind, I kind of wanted to do it, but I never took the initiative to do it until finally, when I was close to 20, I decided that I wanted to do it. I asked my adopted mother, my mother, I call her my mother. I asked my mother because I wanted to get her consent. And she called the adoption agency for me, actually.
Yes.
And they gave us my birth mother's name and phone number and asked that we tell her to quit calling and bugging them because she apparently had been bugging the...
So she was looking for you?
Yeah, she had been looking for me for a couple years.
She was looking for you, you were looking for her. Had you ever learned the circumstances by which you had been put up for adoption? Did you know at this point by your adoptive mother why you, as a baby, were given away?
I hadn't, no.
They didn't know anything. All right. So
Did
now,
you have a fantasy about it?
Yeah, he was the Prince of England, and his brother was a younger brother,
right, yeah.
wanted to really be the Prince of England, and he knew unless he got rid of him.
Yeah, just all the normal fantasies.
You had fantasies that, like, maybe your mother was Roseanne or somebody famous or something.
I thought maybe my father would be Howard Stern.
Right. I am your father. I didn't want to tell you.
Actually, that was the big surprise.
Right. Now, let me
Could he get closer to the microphone?
Could you actually swallow the microphone? Because there you go.
I don't want to miss a word.
It's not your fault. We have the world's worst microphones. I've been screaming about this for years.
I know.
Yeah, it's awful. You have to be a professional to talk into these microphones. You have to have 20 years of broadcast experience to get any sound out of these things. All right, so now let's get to the good stuff. So you go through all this. It turns out your biological mom really wanted to see you as well.
Yes.
She must have been real horny.
Must have been.
Yeah, right. So she wanted to meet you, and it was arranged that the two of you should meet because you both had called the adoption agency.
That's right.
All right. So it was simple. Now, did you call her on the phone and make an appointment? How did this all work out?
I called her on the phone, and we talked for a few hours and got to know each other and hit it off right away. We had a lot in common, and...
She sounded kind of youngish,
Did you find out how you came to be put up for adoption? Was she a young girl in trouble?
Well, yeah, her my biological father, who had died before I had the chance to meet him, he apparently wasn't interested in marrying her, and her parents put pressure on her to put me up for adoption, as well as the adoption agencies.
And where was she from? Like the Midwest or something?
Yeah.
And she was a real young girl, and the guy didn't want to get married, and they had sex in the back of a car or something?
Well, actually, they had been going out for a while, but the guy wasn't ready to get serious yet.
Right.
Apparently.
And the parents said, hey, put the kid up for adoption.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because what are you going to do with a young kid? Now, how old was she when she conceived you?
She was 19.
19 years old. Now, when you were talking to your mom on the phone, did you get aroused?
No.
Were you having sexual feelings?
Hi, son.
Hi, Mom.
I'm here in just panties and negligee.
What do you mean, Mom?
I'm in black lace panties and negligee. I'm 36, 24, 36. And I'm really hot for you. You really sound really cute.
Hey, Ma, thanks.
Now, had Mom ever been married and had other children?
She had been married once and had no other children. Was divorced.
I didn't want to ruin my perfect body, my flat tummy. You know, son, I'm sitting in the family tree nude right now, and I'm really looking hot.
All right, so you make an appointment with your mother on the phone. You spoke once. I take it she didn't live too far away.
Well, actually, I was living in Philadelphia. She was living up in this area in Westchester.
I see. So you made an appointment to get together. How soon did you decide to get together?
We got together about a week later. She came and visited.
And she came out to Philadelphia to visit you.
And she visited you at your parents' home?
No, I had my own place there.
I see.
I see. Now, did she just knock on the door? She showed up at your door. You gave her your address.
Yeah. Well, she called when she got into town, stayed at a hotel, and
she came over from the hotel.
Well, we went out and.
Tell me what. Well, wait a second. You went over to the hotel to visit her?
She came and picked me up.
She came and picked you up at your home. Mm-hmm. And when she came to pick you up, what did your mother look like?
A lot like a female version of myself.
All right, now, that ain't turning me on.
Really?
No offense. You're built like a truck.
You and a dress is not an appetizing
Let me get it straight.
Minus about 75 pounds.
Was your mom hot?
Yeah, but I wasn't looking at that at that time.
Because how old was she at this point? She probably wasn't even that old.
No, she was about 40, 41.
41. That's very young, Robin.
Well, yeah, now.
Now. 41, but was she a youngish 41?
Yeah.
And was she wearing like a hot miniskirt, or what was she wearing?
No, she was just wearing, I think, pants and just normal clothes, a sweater. It was wintertime.
Did she have a nice body?
Yes.
She was really shapely?
Yeah.
Do you know her measurements?
No.
What cup size?
C.
She was a C.
So you learned that later.
Yes, I didn't know that then.
Yeah, but I just want to know if he noticed that she was really pretty. You were very pleased when you saw her.
Yeah, but I was pleased that she was attractive because I came from her.
Did you feel her up right away, or did you wait? I would have felt her up at the door. Hey, Mom.
I gave her butt a squeeze.
Now, let me ask you something. Be serious for a second. When you saw her at the door and you gave her a hug and everything, did you have any sexual feelings right away?
No.
You think? No. She was like, hey, this is my mom. Although, when your first impact, you must have been, hey, she's a very attractive woman.
Yes, exactly.
She looked like someone you would even, be attracted to, but she's your mom.
Mm-hmm.
But then again,
she was still a stranger.
Right.
Exactly.
So, nothing wrong. No harm, no foul. All right. So, anyway, you go to the hotel. I guess you go out for dinner or something?
Yeah, we went out for dinner, and
the whole time at dinner, were you noticing more and more that she was attractive?
No, it didn't happen right away.
No boners at dinner or anything?
No.
You were just talking about, what were you talking about? What, the circumstances of your birth and what your life had been like and all of this?
Exactly. After that, I came to visit her in Westchester and visited for a couple weeks, and we talked pretty much.
So you started to get to know each other more and more.
You're getting closer and closer.
And did you feel she understood you?
Yeah, at that time.
It was odd that she really understood you. And let me ask you something. On the occasion that you would go to Westchester and visit her,
what was she dressed in when she came to the store?
Did you notice that she was maybe dressing a little better? I mean, was there any kind of attraction starting to build between the two of you?
No, it didn't. It didn't really happen like that.
She didn't have a boyfriend?
Mm-mm.
No, okay, yeah, go ahead.
And she wasn't trying to dress provocatively? You didn't notice anything like that?
No, although we were doing a lot of touching, like hugs, and she liked to kiss me a lot. On the cheek. On the face, yeah.
Right, as a mother would kiss a child.
Exactly.
According to this book, it says that goes on. They want to get that intimacy going. They want to touch. And did you kiss goodbye each time and all that kind of stuff?
Exactly.
Okay, now.
But never on the lips?
Well, yes, on the lips.
On the lips you would kiss each other goodbye. But you never felt that there was seduction going on from your mother, did you?
No.
You didn't feel she was dressing provocatively or letting you see her in a bathing suit or anything like that?
Her hands didn't linger or travel or anything like that?
No, not at first.
Was your mom hot? I mean, was she like a 10 or was she a 7? What the hell? Give me a number.
8, 9.
She's an 8 or a 9? Really? That good,
huh? For a mom or for people?
No, for a woman.
For a babe.
She's attractive.
I mean, like she could wear a thong on the beach?
Maybe not these days, but...
Maybe a bikini?
Maybe she should stick with the one piece.
Really?
But she looks very good at it.
attractive in a one piece.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Wow. So the times that you slept over and stuff...
Can you imagine your son evaluating your body?
Why not? I evaluated my mom's body.
No, not with his knowledge, Howard.
All right, so let me get this straight. So as you know, because really you're a full-grown guy, she's a woman. As far as you're concerned, yeah, she's my biological mom, but hey, she's just a babe as far as you're concerned.
Well, when does it happen?
Well, hold everything.
When does something change?
Wait a second. Now, when you would sleep over the house and everything, do you ever see her in her bra and panties?
No. Not at first.
You never catch a glimpse of her walking around, like out of the shower or anything, coming out of a towel, you know, that kind of thing?
No, she would always go in her room, close the door.
She didn't call you in to zip up her dress or anything like that?
No.
And when did you begin to have sexual feelings toward your mother? Did she make the first move or did you?
Well, she did.
She made the first move.
That's what I was getting the impression of, that she was the aggressor.
Now, you wouldn't have considered ever putting a move on her unless she did it first.
No.
You had never, even up until that point, had sexual feelings for her.
I did think, as it got closer to that time when things started, I had thought a little bit about it.
Why? Because she was getting more and more physical?
Exactly.
When she kissed you on the lips, perhaps she lingered a little bit longer?
Exactly.
Perhaps you found an arousal in your pants every once in a while, even though you didn't want to have one? Is that correct?
Sure.
And what was she doing that was getting you more and more excited?
I guess we were just spending a lot of time.
Rubbing your arm, maybe?
Sure, rub my neck.
Let me ask a question.
Rub your neck, give you a massage?
Mm-hmm.
When you came into the house and you were, you'd sit and talk, where was she and where were you? Did she sit right next to you?
It got to that point.
Uh-huh.
Was she real lonely?
She has friends. I mean, as far as being lonely,
Did she start to realize you had arousals?
Not at first, but we became totally obsessed with each other. Spent,
You wanted to see each other.
18 hours a day.
You were getting so close, and at those points, when you started spending 18 hours a day, you started to have some sexual feelings, didn't you?
After several weeks.
After several weeks. Because it was back
you
rubs.
were doing it, though, because it was Mom.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you feel guilty that you were having some sexual feelings?
Not totally. I kind of felt, I just blew him off and thought that that's no big deal. It's normal. I'm an adult.
Yeah, he had never been with a real mother before.
Yeah. Maybe everybody's real mother, you have feelings like that.
Yeah.
All right.
I like other people's mothers.
Now, obviously, there came a day after 18 hours of time together each time you visited, and back rubs and massages, but all the time your mother was dressed very conservatively,
and all the time alone, and all the time in these secluded places.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, there are guys with girlfriends that want to see them 18 hours a day, so this is getting intense. And then something happened to break the ice. Let me take a break here.
Oh, boy. You know how to drag it out.
Hey, come on. This is a long way from my first radio show. Wow. We'll learn what happened.
What changed in this mother-son relationship?
Yes.
That tipped it over the edge.
And we'll be right back. We got a fan of the show here who humped his mother. And it's pretty good.
It is as bad as it sounds. Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah, it's worse. Humped was putting it mildly. But it's cool because, hey, I was thinking about it in the bathroom.
Oh, you were? Were you having a good time?
Like you say your mom, your biological mom, was a 9 or a 10.
8 or 9.
8 or a 9 even. For a guy. Now, that does, that's his 8 or 9. That's his standard.
Yes.
If I went and I was an adopted guy, and by the way, all adopted kids, most of them end up looking for their parents because most of them feel like something better is going to happen to them.
Well, it's exactly what he said. He doesn't realize that you felt that your parents never understood you.
Yeah,
and they were biological.
Yeah, in fact, give me the number of your biological mother because I'd like to get an adoptive mother. I'd like to date your mom. But anyway, here's the point. If I went on a hunt, and I'm being honest now, Robin, you're going to think this is wrong, but if I went on a hunt for my biological mother, and Pamela Anderson opened the door, that to me is a 9 or a 10.
Mm-hmm. Look out. I think Pamela Anderson's a 10 or an 11.
And she wanted to do me? I'm there.
Oh, stop it, Howard.
I'm
you
there.
are a moral person.
No, I'm not.
I don't know this about you.
Nothing wrong with it.
You
It
have
happens.
very deep morals, and you would never do that.
She was good. Let me ask you something, Fred.
Robin,
if your mother was Pamela Anderson, literally Pamela Anderson, would you do her? And you didn't know? Yeah,
no,
you didn't know her. You were totally detached from her.
Of
course you would.
Robin,
Fred couldn't even look at his own mother's breast. I think there's something going on there.
No, he grew up with her.
It's a different situation.
But
Billy,
remember,
what would you do?
Wouldn't look at her breast.
Don't forget, you don't have a penis.
Just didn't.
It's different. He doesn't know her. Hey, Billy, would you? Pam Anderson.
That's my mother.
That's right.
Mommy.
Mommy.
Would you do her? Seriously, I'm asking you to think about it.
You wouldn't
tell anybody, would you?
No.
No,
Would
of
you
course
do it?
I would.
Jackie?
All right, wait a minute.
Would you?
If the opportunity presented itself at all, sure.
Right. You wouldn't force the issue.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't walk in
You
there.
wouldn't feel guilty.
No. Why? Yeah, you deal with it later.
Yeah. Why would you feel
After I orgasmed, I'll deal
You
with
know
that.
what? I
A man
think all
with
of you,
needs.
and all of you.
Let's get back to
Are
Mr.
cheers.
X. Let's get back to Mr. X. Now, Mr. X, you're at the house. You've been making visits to your mommy for a while now.
18-hour visit.
18 hours, sleeping over, I assume, as well. And everyone says, hey, that's okay. It's his mom.
And we were catching up on old times. I wasn't trying to replace my parents.
Right.
Just was
Did your
looking
parents
at where I came from.
understand?
Yeah,
what
they
was going
understood.
on?
Yeah, they understood and were supportive of it.
Okay, so now you're going over there, and one day things changed. I mean, as things were going along, there was a gradual build-up. She became more physical with you. She massaged you. Did you massage her at times? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you guys must have been like in masseuse class.
So now when you're touching her, you're getting excited.
Starting to.
Yeah.
And
when
you
you
don't know I should stop?
You would massage her over the clothes?
Yeah, and I never tried to...
Go any further?
In fact, I would stop because I didn't want to. I definitely wouldn't put the moves on her or try anything.
Before the commercials, we had gotten to this point. Now, tell me, when did things start to change? I mean, when did they start to get a little more physical with your mom?
I have to ask one other question before
Yeah.
we get there. Was she dating at all?
No.
Okay.
What did you call her? Did you call her mom? Or did you call her by her first
I
name?
was calling her by her first name mostly.
Okay. Baby. Baby cakes.
Honey buns.
Sweet cheeks.
Pumpkin.
All right.
That came later.
My love machine.
Punkin.
Sugar pants.
Candy pants. Candy pants.
Did you ever... okay, so you called her mom or by her first name? First name.
First name.
Okay. And her first name, ironically, was Sweet Pea, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so then you start talking to her in her first name. Okay. Now, when did it start to really get into high gear?
After we had known each other for several months, it was at least 6 months.
Right.
The kisses started to become a little sexual.
Right.
And then one day...
And describe it. Like, mom would lean over and give you a kiss goodbye, but then it would be, like, lingering. And
Exactly.
a little... would
Or
not
just give you
tongue.
some,
Not yet, but then eventually it got to the point where I think we were both opening our mouths a little bit.
Right.
And she asked me if I wanted to kiss her passionately, and I said, yeah.
Yeah,
And
because she was so hot.
and she said...
And she asked me if I wanted to, and I said yeah, and so we did.
And then you started to really start tonguing and stuff. Now, was there any discussion that this might be wrong, or there was no guilt involved?
Well, we did it the one time, and we thought, well, that'll be it. Now we got it out of our system.
Right.
Oh, so obviously she was feeling some sexual tension, too.
Right.
Yes.
All right, so, hey, let's get it out of our system. Let's tongue each other. What?
When you say you did it the first time, you mean you soul kissed the first time or made love the first
Oh, soul kiss. Soul kiss. We're not getting to the love
Yeah,
yet.
they just made... You didn't go... How would you say? You petted, you necked, you what? You,
No. All they did was tongue kiss, and they said, let's kiss passionately. That's it. Okay.
You sure?
Yes. Yes.
That's right.
You didn't grope her at all?
No.
All right.
All right. Then what's the next step?
I guess few weeks later.
Now, had you
month
continued to
later.
kiss passionately every time you kissed goodbye?
Actually, I didn't see her for a while.
Okay.
And then when I saw her
Did you have
again-
confused feelings after that happened?
Yes.
Yes. All right, but hell with it. She's hot.
Did you talk
Well,
to
I
anybody about it?
At the time, no. I felt a little guilty, and then I thought, well, I'll get over it, and we'll just go on with the relationship.
And did you go home that night and take care of yourself? Were you aroused? No? Somebody? Come on, be
I was
honest.
aroused. No, I don't think that.
Oh, come on.
Well, no, I was staying at her house. I wouldn't have had the privacy.
What do you mean? Didn't you have your own room?
Right next to her, she'd probably heard me if I had got
So you get a couple of tissues and you slip into the room.
He was making
I can't do
noise,
it that
I
quietly.
You're quiet like a jackrabbit.
I can't
Oh,
do
I
that.
am.
I have to cut loose.
Let me ask something, though. When you were doing that,
Yeah.
did her face came up?
Yeah, whenever you would get a chance to, pleasure yourself, which I'm sure you do, all guys do.
Yeah, actually, I started thinking about her.
You started to think about her.
Ooh.
Okay, now, cool. Now,
And apparently she was thinking about me also.
All right, let me get this straight. So, oh yeah, really? She told later on. She told you when she would have her vibrator, she would think about you.
Well, she didn't have one. She used to do it freehand.
No kidding.
I was going to say that, O.J.
Our own Robin can do that too. So don't think your mom's so special, right? You've done that many a time.
Robin, will you be my mommy?
It's in her book. She did.
Oh, stop it! No, just hand.
And one part of the book, in your early episodes...
I don't say anything about being freehand.
Never? You were, though. Well,
you always use a device?
At first, you always had a device?
I didn't have to use hands.
When you first started doing that, when you went into the frenzy, did you first use your hand?
No.
You always used a vibrator?
Yeah. Not a vibrator, no. I didn't have a vibrator.
A hairbrush?
A hairbrush.
What did you use? Your foot? What did you use?
Zucchini?
I had a certain technique.
With what? What did you use?
I didn't have to use anything.
Oh, you're a superwoman. Now, did your mother ever jog on your face? All right, let me get this straight.
Yeah.
What you're Robin, come on. Right. She's using her technique as we are on the air. This is his story now.
Does this sound like your mother?
But I'm bonding with this guy. Okay, so now you've thought about your mother. She thought about you. All this kind of stuff is going on, and you hadn't seen her in a while after this French kiss. Everything was kind of weird. Did you speak to each other on the phone during that period?
Yeah, just about every day.
Did you address the French kiss?
A little bit.
Okay, and he said, hey, how did you address it?
We agreed to just let it go, and that was a thing that we just both needed to do.
Oh, great. Friends. All right, so you get...
Hey, come on, it's a mom.
No. So then you agree to see each other again?
Yes.
Okay, and then what happens?
Well,
where are you, at her place?
And it took I went to visit. It took a couple days, and then we...
Who would call mostly? Your mom would call you?
We both called each other.
Right. And mostly
they were obsessed with each other.
And mostly you would go visit her?
Yes.
Yeah, because her place is probably a little nicer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. She had some dough, and she had a nice... Yeah, okay, go ahead. So you go over there, and you go over after the French kiss. It's a month later. What happens?
Well, it took a couple of days, and then we found ourselves kissing again.
Right. You couldn't keep your hands off each other. And not only kissing, but perhaps the hands started to roam?
Yes.
All right, now, what happened, pal? What was your mom wearing that day?
I think one evening she was wearing a button-down shirt.
Oh, he was ready.
So she was being very seductive, wasn't she?
I don't think she was trying to. I think we were both trying not to, but...
Was she wearing a dress or pants?
Pants.
Pants?
Yeah.
Tight chinos?
No, not especially.
No, whose hands roamed first? You started kissing. You said, how did the kiss start again? Like, you just all of a sudden you said, hey, let's kiss?
Yeah, well, we'd hug, and then we started kissing also.
Right. And the kiss started again, and then what happened? Did her hands start to roam?
I think both of our hands a little bit started to roam, and then she took my hand and put it on her breast.
Oh. Whoa! Wow. She's good. All right, listen, we got to take a break.
Yeah, I got to just refer people to a movie.
Yeah.
If they are interested in this sort of thing. There's a movie called Spanking the Monkey.
Is it good? I heard about that.
It is interesting. I don't know whether you call it good.
But it deals in this theme?
It deals with this theme, yes.
Man, you hit the family sex lottery. All right, now.
Do your parents know about this?
Yes, they do now.
Oh, my.
All right, the hand is on the chest. The hand has made it to the chest. She's a C cup now. We'll be back right after these words. Got a guy here who diddled his mom. And he's our top guest for the day.
Oh, that's bottom lining it.
Yeah. Let's get right to the point here. Now, while we were in commercial, we, of course, did not communicate, did we, Mr.
You don't
X?
talk about the subject during commercials, huh?
Right. No, we don't.
A question occurred to me, just, sitting here contemplating this whole subject. I'm just wondering, do you think this will encourage or discourage people from looking for their biological parents?
Robin, that's a good question. As a matter of fact, during the commercials, I was on the phone looking for my biological mother. I am sure that I was adopted. No, of course, this is unbelievable.
You think people will actually...
No one ever...
my goodness.
This is a whole new thing, having sex with your biological mother. So who brings the rubbers to the family reunion?
Nobody.
I see. Okay, you used a rubber with your mother.
You weren't safe with your mother?
Really? You didn't? Really?
You don't do that with your mother, I suppose. Like, who knows what you're supposed to do with your mother?
Well, we're finding out, aren't we? All right. And while you were having sex, did you yell, Mommy?
No.
No, okay, all right, listen.
You sure?
Oh, Mom.
Not at first.
Oh, Mommy. Oh.
And she's so sunny.
All right. Wee-oh, Mommy.
Oh, I don't even want to think about it.
There's a lot of questions to be answered. Okay, so now, after months, we've worked our story through 2 commercial breaks. Oh, the ratings.
I tell you, nobody can tune out.
Mr. X, you say your hand moved onto her chest.
Well, she put it there.
And now it was going to go a little bit further, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that was the signal, wouldn't you say?
I'd say.
There was enough pussyfooting around. It was time to get down to business.
Funny you should say
It took actually.
Yes.
It took actually
Let me smell your
a couple
foot.
days.
All right. Okay. Listen.
Oh, so you guys really stretched it out.
This is a romance.
Oh,
We really resisted.
So after you touched her chest, you guys kind of stopped and you went, "Oh my God, this is wrong" or something?
No.
What happened next?
Well, we.
Did you take off any clothes?
No, we kept it at that. Actually, she opened her shirt, and then we kept it at that.
But she was wearing a bra, I take it.
Well, she opened that, too.
She opened her bra as well. All right, so let me get this straight. You made out a little bit. Your mom's a hell of a gal. No wonder she gave you away. She's gonna date if you were around.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. So wait a second. You made out. She opens up her shirt, takes off her bra, and you put your hand on, on her nanny goes. Okay. Oh, man. And she's plentiful. She has a C cup.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't believe it, right? Because you didn't realize it up until then.
No, I realized it.
You did.
But I didn't.
Well, do you have like a good voice and a bad voice in your head having an argument about what you're doing?
No, I don't even listen to any of that.
Right. It's going on, but he ignores it. Hey, good man. That's how we are.
You're a guy.
So, oh, man. It's crowded in my pants. Hey, who does your mom look like? Like, name a celebrity that she might look like. Give me some indication, because I got to get worked up.
Jed Barrymore.
Oh, you want his mom, too.
I don't even know, because I'm not too big on celebrity.
Well, you know what I mean. She must have looked like somebody.
I couldn't tell.
Dark hair, blonde?
Blonde.
About how tall?
About 5'3", 5'4".
Kind of petite?
Yeah.
Real thin, big chest?
Not real thin. Not fat, but, kind of medium build.
Kind of nice.
Yeah.
And Demi Moore does she look like? Who does she look like?
Demi Moore as a blonde?
I don't know. Well, she doesn't look like Demi Moore. I'm not that...
Farrah Fawcett Minors?
No, nothing like that.
Come on. Now, at this point in her career, going that far.
Meg Ryan.
So, Meg Ryan, maybe?
No.
How about Donna Douglas from the Beverly Hillbillies?
Donna Douglas from the Beverly Hillbillies?
No.
Irene Ryan.
Irene Ryan from the Beverly Hillbillies? Anyone? Who? Granny? I don't know. Anyone.
I can't think of anybody that she looks
Somebody.
like.
Anyone from the Addams
One of
Family?
the Golden Girls?
Sally Struthers when she looked good?
A little like me in the face.
No, come on. Dude, you're a guy. I don't want to think about you.
Just imagining you in long hair and a dress.
That ain't doing it. A little like me in the face.
Attractive.
Dude, I'm working on crowding up my pants, will you? You don't a little like me in the face. Well, you're not bad as a girl, I guess. I really shaved you down.
No, maybe that's what he should have been thinking of when he was going after his mother.
I
You look
know.
a little like me in the face.
You in a dress is a mercy F. All right, so let me get this straight. All of a sudden, it goes that far. So there's some fondling and kissing, and then what happens? You both go, let's stop?
Well, we didn't go any further. We just kept it at that. And actually, I was pretty satisfied at that.
Right, it was enough at that point. You had gone a little further.
Oh yeah, it blown my mind.
And did the two of you talk afterwards, or you just went back to your room to go to sleep?
No, we talked.
And what'd you say? Hey, we went further.
Boy, that was good.
Like, what do you say?
basically.
Is that what you say? Like, boy, that was pretty good, and like, what are we gonna do?
We talked about it and talked about if it was right or not. And
what did she say?
There was an argument?
How could something so good be so wrong?
Yeah, Mom, don't be a CT, Mom.
Well, we were talking about actually getting into some kind of therapy, and
yeah.
Oh, boy.
So like it was. Imagine you're a psychiatrist just out of school, and this couple walks in. Well, how long have you two been married? No, that's my mom. Okay, I'm out of here. Okay, you dudes need Valium and Xanax.
Yeah.
You need a combo.
Be hosed down.
You need rocket fuel. All right, so wait a second. So we talked about counseling, and you said, nah, that'd be too embarrassing, right?
no, actually, we decided that we should get involved in, but we didn't really spend that much time talking about it. We just kind of
You never
let
did
it
go to counseling, though, did you?
Oh no, actually, we did, and
but not yet.
No, not yet.
Was her shirt open while you were having this discussion? Like, was her top off?
No.
Right.
No.
She'd button back up?
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, I can't
Now
believe
she turned back into mom.
I can't believe you didn't go all the way, but I guess you felt some guilt and you just said, hey, screw it, let's stop.
Actually, I think that was a large part of both of our obsessions at first, the breastfeeding.
Right.
What?
So wait a second. So did you have any girlfriends up until this point? Were you having a hard time getting girls?
No.
No, you had
actually, the hard time with girls came after that.
Okay. All right. Now let's get this straight.
All right, wait a minute. He said something here.
Did you guys get into baby stuff like role playing? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Like where you suckled
But the
her?
breastfeeding thing had come up.
No role playing, but
Right.
but I was pretty much obsessed with
breasts.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
whether she had breastfed you at all?
Well, she hadn't. Not until that point.
Right. Okay. So now, how many days do we wait before we go into sex again?
A couple days.
A couple of days, but you were staying over.
Yeah.
Yeah, you used to stay over weeks at a time. I guess you didn't work at that point.
At that point, no.
Right. So you were just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So now, what are you doing in the 2 or 3 days between?
Yeah, I can imagine. What are you doing? Yeah. Like just hanging out and going to parks and stuff?
Well, she was working at that point also,
Right.
so we didn't have all day.
So at night she'd come home and make dinner and like...
Yeah, and we'd go out and do things and go hear music or comedy or something.
Right, you had a lot of
You
interest.
were dating.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. Then what happened? How'd you get to the next stage with your mom?
Eventually, it was only a few days. Things went a little further.
All right, so what happened? You were sitting on the couch and where? In the living room?
Actually, I think it happened in the kitchen.
All right, you're in the kitchen, and what was going on? Were you making dinner? Jackie, ease up. Jackie, just unloosen your pants.
Boss, I need a few days off. I'll explain later. My mom. Oh, is she so hot? Oh. Happy Mother's Day.
He now knows what to get.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, but that's a different puppet.
Boy, are you going to be pleased.
You're distracting Mr. X. He's getting a puppet. Mommy. All right. So now you're in the kitchen, and what are you guys doing? Like making dinner or breakfast? Or what's going on?
She's making me waffles in the nude.
What was she wearing for breakfast that day?
Actually, no, this was later on in the day. This was after work.
After work, dinner?
And, yeah, I don't even remember, actually. I think it was after dinner.
Right.
And we just started.
What was she wearing?
I don't know.
Pants?
Pants, yeah.
And a shirt?
Unless
Doesn't your mom ever change?
No, she's
were
same
you,
pants,
were you
same
just
shirt.
looking through her clothes
Yeah.
at this point?
Pretty much.
So, okay, so now you're really worked up over her, right? It's like you know you got to have her.
Uh-huh.
All right, so what happens in the kitchen?
Well, we started into kissing and getting into the same thing, making
Shirt came off.
or open.
And
Open.
it gets easier and easier each time.
Who unlatches the bra? You do or your mom?
Mom.
So who took off?
I'm not used to that.
All right, who took off your bra? I mean, who took off her bra?
It might have been. I don't remember.
Okay.
It was a group effort.
All right, and the bra comes off, and they're lovely, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So now
Beauties.
you're in a frenzy.
They're beauties.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, real set. C cups. And she's a small girl, so those cups look almost like a D.
That's right.
Oh, oofa. And then
Where do we go from here?
and you're making out, and there's some more petting and stuff, and then as things progress,
Yes.
what happens next? She takes her pants off?
No, actually, she took mine off.
She just all of a sudden unbuckled your pants and took your pants down.
After a little bit of rubbing.
All right.
So Mom went for it, huh?
Mom went for it.
Rub me. I want to get rubbed for breakfast.
All right. So that's the number one move in the world for a guy. When those pants come down, you're like out of your mind, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's
You
no
wear
turning
underwear?
back at that point. Yeah.
Okay. So then she sees you. No, well, okay. She takes off your pants, and then what happens?
She took them down and
And then took your underwear off.
pulled it all down. Yeah.
So she's seeing you for the first time, her boy,
Mm-hmm.
in all his glory.
Yep.
And does she
And-
comment?
It's just like his father.
Oh, baby boo.
Are you a large man?
The average, I guess.
Average?
I really don't know what
And
average.
would your mom go like, "Wow, son, you like me. You really like me."
Yeah, she wasn't talking too much.
Right. She didn't talk too much, and then she took care of you.
Exactly.
I see.
Can you imagine?
And I'm sure that didn't take long.
No.
All right. So you two didn't have actual deep hardcore sex. She did her thing on you.
Yes, at that
All right.
point.
Very good. Now
Oh.
after that.
And at this point, you don't have any question in your mind. This is wrong.
Oh, he had a lot of questions, but the questions were not clear.
I had no question.
Reply hazy.
This is what I was going for.
Right. And she satisfied you to fullness?
Uh-huh.
I see. And then you were done.
And
No,
geez,
then you went into the bedroom?
all
Exactly.
kinds of questions.
Hold on a second. Then you went into the bedroom,
Yes.
and she finished undressing, or you undressed her?
I think we did undressed each other.
You undressed each other. And for the first time, you see your mother nude.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ.
But wait a minute. Backing up to the previous kitchen encounter.
Go ahead.
What is the etiquette for Mom
I don't know that there is etiquette, but go ahead, yeah.
At the time of...
When you're done.
Yeah.
Well, like any good mom, she helps you clean up.
According to Miss Manners.
Yeah. Let me check the book. Hold on. Yeah, mom helps you clean up. Although at your age, mom should let you clean up yourself.
I know what Robin's asking, so you...
But not yet.
No, I know what Robin's asking is your mom... let me see if I can figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know how to word it. Very delicate.
Would you say your mother had a full feeling after this experience?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Wow. Jesus, Joseph.
Jesus, Joseph.
So out of all the women you had dated at this point, I take it you were not a virgin. Out of all the women you had dated, was this the best sex ever so far?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Because your mom really loves you.
She's good.
All right. Right, OJ. OJ, you stay out of this. You're in enough trouble. All right. They looked inside the glove, and guess what? Your DNA is there. All right.
You got your own problem.
Yeah. All right. So, now you go into the bedroom, and your mommy is there, and she disrobes, and she's hot.
Uh-huh.
And she's shaved and everything.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And there's no talking.
There's no talking at this point. There's no discussion.
We were talking.
But
We weren't that wild. Actually, at that point, I think we were obsessed with the idea of fulfilling something that we both were feeling.
You both wanted it. There was no stopping at this point.
We were trying to justify it. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
We were trying to justify it as not being a sexual thing, like you were talking about.
Right. Getting back into the womb, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, that's what
Closeness.
she was telling me. Anyway.
Yeah, well, good luck.
You were listening to anything.
Yeah, nice try. I want you back in my womb, son. Well, you know what it is. She didn't relate to you as a son anymore. She just saw you as another man, and because she hadn't raised you, and you saw her as a hot chick.
We met as two adults.
And the idea that she was your mother was so far removed that you were able to take that plunge.
You already had a mommy.
For example, your adoptive mother, you would never even consider having sex with.
My adopted parents are my parents. So.
What's the furthest space you ever got with your adoptive mother?
Just kiss.
Just kissing? Yeah. All right. Well, no light petting?
No tongue.
I see. All right. Okay. Then you're in the bedroom, she undresses, and the two of you embrace and actually make love.
Yeah, and it was very
Oh, my.
But very quick, though.
Very quick. After the first thing in the kitchen, it was quick?
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Actually, the first couple times it was very quick.
Well, hey, join the club.
Mom wasn't very satisfied.
Son was just like Dad.
She said she was, but probably not.
Probably not. And did you do certain things to her that a man does when a woman isn't satisfied?
Not at first, because, again, it wasn't a sexual thing at first.
Right.
Despite the obvious.
I see.
But,
you were just trying to get back in the womb, and obviously...
He was trying in every way he knew.
Your travels were very short and few.
That's right.
Okay.
Actually, though, it's...
How many times did you and Mommy make love?
Oh, countless.
Okay.
Now, there was no attempted birth control whatsoever.
Other than the regular pull-out method.
Really? So you could have gotten your mom pregnant. Now, that would have been fun.
Oh, my God.
Counting days.
Counting
you were
days.
doing the rhythm method.
Oh, you were counting days. All right. Well, you must be Catholic. All right. Very good.
A good Catholic.
Right. Now, when you realized you couldn't get into the womb, did you ever try to get into the womb from the back? No.
Did you try another
Did you try, every entrance was tried into the womb. Well, it says in this book about adoption, men try to get back in the womb who were adopted, and obviously...
I don't know who wrote that book.
Professor Wences. All right, see.
Before we go on, one thing that I should mention also, other than our physical attraction of her being very attractive and her attraction to me,
yes,
there's also something between, I guess, parent and child and siblings when they meet as adults that...
Evidently,
there's a closeness, but you don't understand what it is.
Well,
right.
Even when it comes down to
brother and sister,
our
meaning.
movements, our smell,
Right.
taste,
Right,
that type of thing is unequaled by any other lover.
So it was intense.
Yes, very much.
I need my mother right now.
Well, you know what he's saying?
He's saying that mothers make...
No, he's saying he's never going to have it this good again.
Right. Well, you might find a woman you love.
No, but nobody can equal, he's saying.
Yeah. Well,
Mom. Unless you had a sister for him.
I know. Yeah, you got any sisters?
My aunt's married.
I see. And you, Wouldn't it be great if now, unbeknownst to him, he had gotten his mother pregnant. She gives birth to a daughter. 20 years from now, he meets his daughter, and they fall in love.
You know, this is as good as it was with Mom.
His kids would have, like, crossed eyes, webbed feet.
They look like pretzels.
Yeah. Your kids would have DNA squared. It would just, your DNA would just be like, if they ever got you on murder charges, they'd look through the DNA thing and go, I don't know, I can't make heads or tails.
We don't even know if this is human.
Yeah, this might not be right.
Lego place.
But as far as you know, you didn't get your mother pregnant.
No.
So let me, I'm not going to drag this out anymore, although I could. You, let me take you through it. So the two of you began a lover's spree that lasted what? For how long?
Off and on a couple years.
Couple of years. You became lovers. It became more intense.
Mostly off, but...
And sometimes on. And
But what he's saying is that whenever they would visit, it would become sexual.
Right.
At first, for the first year, yes, and then after that, then it was just occasional.
Right. No phone sex?
Just talking.
Just talking and talking erotically?
Not too much, no.
I see. And at what point did your adoptive parents find out that you were making it with your mom?
Well, they didn't find out while it was going on. I kind of got a little screwed up in the head over the whole situation and got into therapy.
Is this how it fell apart? You finally said, hey, I shouldn't be making love to my mother?
Or you couldn't make love to anybody else?
Or did she break up with you, your mother?
She broke up with me.
She did. She
Your
broke
mother
it off.
dumped you?
She dumped me.
Again.
Oh, man. She dumped you as a lover or just as a total? She just didn't want you in her life?
She dumped me as a lover.
As a lover, but she still wanted to see you.
A son.
Well, we don't talk a whole lot now.
Right. Then did you tell her, hey, I need you, I want you, Mommy, I need to have you as my lover? You were in love with her.
I was in love with her, but we both knew that it couldn't go on.
And what do you think happened? At one point you just said, hey, this guy, he ain't that good in bed, or what?
No, she started feeling guilty.
She did.
And
it's about time.
Started bothering her.
No, great, yeah. After 3 good years of sex, you feel guilty now?
All of a sudden, the light bulb comes on.
Son, I just want to be friends. Hey, Dad, were you telling any friends during this that this was going on?
No.
You didn't tell your friends. You didn't tell a soul. And because you knew it was wrong, no one would understand.
Exactly.
In the cold light of day.
So even to this day, now through therapy, you went to the therapist. Now, did the therapist's head explode when you told him the story? You go, wait a second.
No, actually, I got into, I saw a therapist that deals with these types of cases between
now, how do you find
parents
him?
and children. And
Yellow Pages, Robin. Now, how'd you find the therapist?
Through she found him, actually. Because
your mom.
first got into therapy together.
Right.
And then eventually...
And when you showed up together and told the guy the story, was he like...
Were you holding hands?
Yeah. No. He said, hey, let me see you guys make out. I would love to. Yeah. Lie on the couch and get disrobed. Probably said, hey, this is a loose woman. She makes it with her son. I could probably get her. Was it a guy?
No, it was a woman.
Oh, a woman. Was she hot?
No.
Oh, too bad. Because she could go out, you guys could double date. She could date your cousin, and you could go out with your mother.
Or you could have a threesome.
Yeah, right. Your mom, and the therapist. Did you get into anything kinky with your mom? Like,
No.
No? It's pretty regular?
Yeah.
No lesbian stuff? No spankings?
No.
How about any different kinds of positions or anything?
Oh, yeah, we did all the regular stuff.
Your mom's pretty limber?
Fairly.
Yeah, get her knees up over her head?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, boy.
Super. Hey, Mom.
Mommy's position.
Did you get into, like, her diapering you or anything?
No.
No? Oh, man. Your mom's limber, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Jeez.
Not like my wife with that condomilatia of the knee, huh? Get up on all fours, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You never
super.
complained about positions, huh?
Super. Mommy.
Let it go, son.
Let it go, baby. Did she talk dirty to you in bed?
A little bit.
And what she call, like, would she say, oh, son, oh, son?
No.
Would you ever call it mommy?
No,
Did you ever call her mom in bed? Like, just to freak her out?
Yeah.
Oh, Mom.
More kidding around.
Right.
But, did you talk dirty to
joke.
her?
Yeah, would you be like, oh.
Give it to me, Mom.
Well, yeah, we got pretty into it.
He's like, come on, Mom, I need it now.
Well, not exactly like that, but we got into it.
Like, what would you say?
Oh.
Oh, Mommy. She'd be like, son, welcome home. Yeah.
Still not at the womb.
Born again.
Yeah, who needs dad? I got my boy. Now let's do some chores.
My boy Bill.
Oh,
Younger and better.
Younger and better, man. Just like his father. So okay, so when it ended, you were pretty
wait a minute,
destroyed.
they're in the therapist's office.
Yeah, the therapist's head explodes. And the therapist
Did
is
the
like...
therapist spit out the coffee, or...
No, the
They
therapist had
weren't
heard this
shocked.
before,
Yeah.
obviously.
They weren't.
Yeah, she wasn't shocked.
Hey, by the way, Sybil's on the phone with her condolences. So you were real screwed up in the head because you wanted her still. You wanted a relationship with her, but the therapist had to convince you this was going nowhere.
Well, I knew that,
Yeah.
and I was torn myself. That's when I started listening to those voices in my head.
Right.
You know, I want it, but it can't continue.
But you would have continued if your mom continued.
Yeah. Continuing on the temporary basis.
Would your mom dress up in outfits and stuff for you, like sexy outfits,
No.
lingerie,
No.
high
They
heels?
always pretended that it wasn't for sex.
Right.
No, that's not true. That was just
No,
at the
I'm just
beginning.
saying you didn't go over there thinking I'm going to get it.
Oh, eventually I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did? You dirty boy.
Ever go out with her, like on dates, like and hold her hand and make out with her in public?
Not we'd go out on dates, but we wouldn't do anything in public for
So did
fear
the
that somebody
therapist?
could see us.
I see. Did the therapist tell you now that you had to tell your adoptive parents and let them know what happened?
No, the reason I told them is because I became.
You want to eat their heart out.
Drive them crazy.
Those bastards, they didn't give birth to you. They loved your sister better.
Hey, your mom didn't love you as much as your mom did.
Hey, here's your thanks for taking me in when no one wanted me. Do you guys hold hands in therapy? Did you like
no.
from the doctor? No, that would have been cool. I need to hold my mother.
Play tiddly with her.
Yeah. Heavy emphasis on the tiddly. All right, yeah, so you, she's good. You're damn right she's good.
So now how do you go about telling your parents?
Well, I became pretty screwed up in the head, and I really didn't date anybody else, and was in therapy, and my parents wanted to know what was wrong with me.
Right.
So
all right, I got a good one for you.
Eventually,
Son, are you on drugs? No, much better than that.
Yeah, Mom, you would wish I was on drugs.
And did your mom freak? Was she like, oh my God?
Kind of.
She was probably glad because in a way, psychologically, she's saying, hey,
He didn't have to worry.
Yeah, now I know I have my son. He no longer has to look for his biological mother because his biological mother's his girlfriend.
That's right.
Right?
Uh-huh.
In a way,
You
it
could
was.
never take my role.
Did she want to sue your biological mother and all that kind of stuff?
No, she was upset and, of course, blamed everything on her.
Right.
Which is all her fault anyway.
Right. There you go. Smart. Therapy helped you. Wow.
I hate to blow your theory there, but you were 20.
All right. Hey, so when did you see your real mom? Have you seen your real mom since the therapist and all that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
Right.
We just don't have much of a relationship now. We don't talk a lot. We're not real close.
Right.
It got us real close. We got real close for a while, and then we even got closer, and we figured that would keep us close, but...
Your mom's pretty horny, man. Hey, can I get to your mom?
You want a number?
Yeah, can I have her number?
Sure.
I'd like to call her.
So now you have no desire to see your mom?
No, I still see
You
her.
got to know her.
Talk to her occasionally, but
Yeah.
I think she's more...
She's embarrassed.
It's not embarrassed. She got screwed up more than I did.
Yeah.
Really?
Good.
Good. You showed her for giving you up.
Did she crack up like going to a mental hospital and stuff?
She probably should have. but-
Really? That bad, huh? Was she depressed and wanted to kill herself and stuff?
Terrible mood swings.
Really? Cool. It's a cool story. I might option that.
You might do what with it?
I'm going to option that story.
Which means?
No, make it into a movie.
Yeah, it doesn't have
Do I
anything
get
to
to
do
star in
with
it?
sex.
Of course.
Okay.
Calm down.
You get to star in it. Of course. Who else would star in such a horrible story? That's
For
great.
casting your mother in the other role.
Yeah.
Well, who's going to play my mom?
Damn it.
Your mom. Pamela Anderson, yeah.
There you go.
There you go. So you've had sex with other women since you've had sex with your mom?
Yeah, but not really. I haven't really dated anybody seriously
Really?
since then.
You think because you're hung up on your mom?
Well, I'm not hung up on her anymore, but
just what happened.
I was for a while, and I was
Right.
kind of screwed up. But now I'm starting to date a little more.
Now, you're
actually.
going to have to tell your girlfriend. You know, if you get
Nah.
married one of these days, you're going to have to tell her.
Big deal.
Yeah, eventually.
Hey, how many
I
guys
don't
have a
have-
cool story? You know what? You have bar conversation. You can go into a bar and pick up any girl. Hey, guess what? All those guys who are rapping to you, I got a good one for you. I had sex with my mother. Oh, wow. So you feel that you could meet a woman that she might not ever be as great as your mother, but you
Yeah,
might
because
be
you're
able
always
to.
going to wonder.
Well,
now,
she might
honey,
be
is
better
this
in
as
some
good?
ways, but there's certain things that
Mom can
she
only
never
do.
replace. Exactly.
Right. Mom has certain smells, certain this and that.
So what would your advice be to others contemplating this?
Make it with your dad. It's quicker and there's less emotional involvement. Go for it.
What would your advice be?
Yeah, what have you learned?
What have I learned? I don't know.
Hey, you're like me. I would have learned nothing
I guess
from it.
therapy works.
I'd say, hey, you know what? I'm a guy. I'm horny. And if my mom's hot, I'm going to make it with her.
If I meet another mom, I'll do her too.
Yeah. Hey, anyway, Mr. X, I want to thank you for coming in.
Did you ever meet your grandparents and all that stuff?
Uh-huh.
Is your grandma hot?
No.
You didn't get it on with her or anything?
Uh-uh.
Does the whole family know?
No. Nobody knows.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Hey, anyway, it was a great story, Mr. X. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And really, any other listeners, let me make this really clear. Mr. X is a big fan of our show. This happened in his life. And at what point did you decide to come in? I mean, you must, during this sexual experience with your money, you said, hey, Howard would love this.
Well, no, I didn't think about it right during.
Right, but afterwards you knew. And then you worked up the courage and you came in here.
Yeah.
Right. And let me say to our other listeners.
Yeah, because we know there are other stories out there.
And just because you didn't make it with your mom, maybe you made it with your dog.
Or your teacher.
Or your teacher.
Listen to anything.
Yeah, maybe you ran off with your gym teacher or something. We listen to this kind of stuff. We love it. So I hope, in a way, talking about it on the radio has helped you. It's been cathartic, true?
That's right.
Yeah, you feel better now.
Uh-huh.
You feel a little less demonic. True?
True.
Yeah. So
Oh, it must have helped when he found out other guys do this, too.
yes, what we're trying to do is help millions and millions of people.
Yeah, and you probably just helped someone else out there who's keeping this secret.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to start a trend.
Yeah, well, what we got to do is say this stuff at the end so we can be like Geraldo and all these other phony
In
balonies.
fact, you were starting to do a Jerry Springer
Yeah, that's
where
what I'm doing.
he says something about what really life should be like.
Yeah, because after you spent an hour getting every dirty detail of making it with your mom, then you go, we only had this so we can help people.
No, let us say that true love does not harm.
Right. So let us say that. And thank you, Mr. X, for coming in, and we enjoyed having you in. And if you make it with any other members of your family,
Please call us.
please call us.
During.
And we'll be back after these words. Thanks a lot, Mr. X.